So I'm going to start by welcoming you and thank you so much for meeting with me. And Ocnam, what an incredible treasure that you get to be here. Special guest.
Thank you.
Thank
I'm
you.
so glad. Thank you. So which years did you attend Global Village School, Ocnam? Maybe not even the dates, but which grade levels and so on did you?
Since junior high?
All the way since junior high to high school.
Yes. And I remember you graduated with us too. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And how do you think Global Village School contributed to your education?
Well, Global has contributed in many ways to my education. It has encouraged me to go and research for myself, not to just keep with the information that is told to me. It showed me how to do my own research and get my own answers, other than just hearing what other people say, and so to believe them.
Yes, we were commenting last night, the three of us, how the school he attended before, which was public school, all the private schools here in Mexico, yes, how they were very dogmatic, and how much time he spent in those schools here in Mexico, and after school coming back home and having to do hours, endless hours of homework. I mean, this kid was so frustrated. We could tell that he wasn't enjoying school at all. Fortunately, we said we have to do something about this situation. And we started doing research about schools, homeschooling. I can tell you, being a public school, high school teacher myself, I didn't believe in homeschooling. But seeing the agony of my son, I said, well, I'll give it a try. We searched several schools out there, and we said, well, Global sounds very, very good. I was very skeptical, but I was in for a big surprise. It was the best finding I have ever discovered for my son and for the entire family. Global gave him the opportunity to learn a lot, but not in a dogmatic way. They gave him the freedom to discover and to do his learning at his own pace. And we immediately saw a transformed kid. I often used to think, what's going to happen to this kid? Well, after having attended Global, see what has happened right here.
The best ever. The best ever.
Thank
And
you.
I want to reflect also that my recollections in getting to work with you, Ocnam, is yes, it is the school, the curriculum, and so on. But what I also witnessed was how incredibly supported you were too by your mom and dad, and that you would take the opportunities that the school offered and then go so much more deeply in your family. So you took the opportunities that were offered and you deepened and enriched them yourselves. And that's the best of homeschooling. Did it?
Yes, yes. Do you want to say something, Leo? Well, what I was going to say was that it was a lesson that Global taught us parents as Ocnam went through the years developing and becoming the wonderful kid, the wonderful man he is today. So it was quite a conversion for me anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you remember about parenting and teaching Ocnam during his time with Global Village?
Parenting and teaching. Is that a question for
No, it's
Ocnam?
for you.
Well, I would say more for you. Yeah. What do you
Well,
think?
I remember one occasion in which Ocnam and myself had an argument because I was as a teacher, as a public school teacher, I always thought that you sit there and you listen to me, okay? And this is the way it's going to be. So we did have an occasion where it wasn't very, very nice. It was kind of ugly situation. And then Ocnam said, well, but Global doesn't agree with you. I mean, they say if I want to study lying down and if I'm learning, that's fine. That's fine. And I said, well, no, that's not fine. Well, after a while, it was fine. Okay. I mean, that was a lesson I learned. And how about you? Yeah.
Hmm.
It was one of the things. The support that he got from the school was incredible. One of the things is that I like the most was the fact that the teachers, wonderful teachers, all of them, they didn't give him the answers. They encouraged him to find the answers of his own. And today I can see that that seed that Global planted in this kid, because I can see our son wanting to know more and more and discover, and that's thanks to Global.
Yeah.
Not only that, we think that Global planned the lessons liking that the things he learns are meaningful. They are important for him. It's not only do it because you need to do it or learn it because it's in, you need to know. It's he needs to have
A saying.
a what?
A saying.
A saying.
Saying
Yeah.
in his
That
in his education. I mean, Global allowed him to express what his interests were, and Global helped him enrich those interests and pushed him to in that direction and to really learn and enjoy learning.
yeah.
Yeah. And I understand what you were saying too, Leo, is that the learning was meaningful for Ocnam. And I'm not sure if you were saying this, but I was wondering if this is where you were going, is that it's meaningful for him as a global citizen, not just meaningful for, to follow your
Exactly.
interests, Ocnam, but to be a contributing member in the world.
And that's
Yes.
very important because I think in that way, he would like to know more, to learn, to study, to do the assignments, because if those things do not have meaningful
Meaning?
meaning, he won't like to do it. And
And you are absolutely right, Ms. Kane. He has a global awareness of what is going on in the world, and that's one of the points that Global Village made constantly. That it is not that we don't live in a bubble, that we transcend, that it's not only Mexico or the United States or village, global village, but it's the world. How can we contribute beyond this space of here and now? And I think that's Ocnam. He has traveled through some parts of the world, and he has threatened us with traveling more, which means he will need money probably.
Ocnam, what do you most appreciate about being homeschooled with Global Village School?
Well, I like the freedom a lot. I could go in some extracurricular things like karate, swimming, chess, and other lessons, and then come back home and do my, we can call it homework, but I was glad to do it. Do it whenever I wanted, at the hour I wanted, and still learn a lot because I was doing it at my own pace and how I felt more comfortable learning. So that's something I remember a lot and appreciate it.
How about, I'm sorry. Go.
He needed to do his homework, but at the same time, I mean, he had freedom to do it, but at the same time, he had discipline. He wanted to do it.
And he enjoyed it.
And he enjoyed
it. Plus the fact that Global encouraged you to do volunteering work, like in the Tortuguero in south of Mexico. What do you do there?
I went to a place where volunteers go to save the turtles. When the turtles lay their eggs, they go and get them out and put them in a safe zone where people or other animals can't reach them until they hatch and they are free to the ocean.
And Global encouraged him to do that, and you did write a report about that, and Global recognized his work, okay, and he felt very good about that. So that's one of the wonderful things. There were many projects that he enjoyed so much, and he involved, as I remember, the other project about checking the water in the lake in the south. Yeah, and he involved all of us as helpers, and he was the main researcher.
The manager.
He was.
Um, do you have a favorite memory of your time enrolled with Global Village School, Ocnam?
Well, I can't choose one, but I I remember how certain materias,
Activities.
Subjects.
certain subjects I thought I don't think I will like this, but after getting some of how it was going to be the dynamic and all those things, I really enjoyed it. And also it shaped my way into choosing which career I was going to pursue.
How about you, Leo? Do you have any favorite memories of your time homeschooling your son?
Yes, I was very surprised for some things he did that we didn't expect what the results. I mean, were very we didn't think he was going to do those things. Like one time he saw a picture of some birds eating garbage, and that lesson was for vocabulary, and he finished the story making the birds talking to us, I mean to the citizens of the world, saying, please don't give us that thing to eat. And there are many stories that he wrote, and he surprised us because we didn't think he was going to finish the stories like that.
Very creative.
Yeah.
With an important statement.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. How about you, Ernesto?
Well, a memory just came to my mind. There was a course where you had to check what was in the food that we bought, and what was that?
I don't remember the name of the course, but it came with a little book that came different brands and also stores where you can buy food like bread, meat, all those things, and it said which were the most socially responsible, environmentally responsible, and I think it divided on both of those categories and which was the best brand to buy.
So,
So that you could contribute to helping other people, right? That we don't see in the chain of how we get our products.
well, and taking that explanation exactly, it came to my mind how all of a sudden he started persecuting us here, saying, okay, and are you being careful what you're buying and where you are buying it? And all of a sudden I said, uh-oh, I think we shouldn't have sent him to Global. But it was very positive, and I mean, we became aware of that. Before we didn't think any of those about any of those things, but it was Global through him that he taught us. So that was one of the very many good situations, very good memories that we have.
Yeah. That course is called Planetary Stewardship. Does that ring a bell?
Yes, that one.
That one.
Okay.
And what you just described has, because I've taught that course a number of times, and what you just described has occurred many times with the students and their families that I've worked with. Because as the students are learning, and you probably remember, it was not just about food labels, it was about energy consumption in your home, about transportation, about, anyway, economics, where are you banking? And so many times kids have come back to say, well, my parents aren't doing it the way they used to. After I did my research and I brought it back to them.
Right. So, yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, and what happened to Ocnam is that he finished that course, but he used the book for a year. I mean, after the course finished. Yeah, he even had it close by because he wanted to use it more than just for the course.
That way to go.
Thanks to you. Thanks to you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so great. Anything else that you want to add?
Well, we are very glad that Global is still doing a wonderful job, and we want to congratulate Global for its 25th anniversary, and we will always be in debt with Global.
Ernesto, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.